We on, baby.
Welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Wrestling for your asslins and the amazing entertainment champions and stuff. I don't know what's in this cup, but it made me do a better intro, I tell you that much. Ladies and gentlemen, the wrestling has been lit so much as far as that other scripted sports around the world has also been lit, as you can foresee. Mischief, what the hell is going on? Has the world turned upside down that even in the scripted world of the NBA, the baby faces are finally getting their TV time?
Bro, let me tell you right now. Right now, this is the time, baby. This is
Right
the
now?
time. This is the time when we were motherfucking New York Knicks, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time, right? 2 games up on the Celtics. All right, Boston, screw the Boston Tea Party. We out here.
No, Boston. I don't even drink tea.
I don't even drink tea. What
I don't even
you
like
doing,
sweet and iced tea.
So we out here, the Knicks, 2 games away from the next step, from the future for the rest of your life. Here we go. The Knicks tape. How you feeling right now, bro? Because I'm feeling spiced up, baby.
Hey, Papa. Let me tell you, when the house shook last night. The first game we was loud. Can you imagine after game 2?
Let's go, baby. Knicks in 4.
And we not talking about the Horsemen, baby.
Let's go, baby. You let them know the Knicks are in the building. It's our building. That's how I feel right now, bro. But you know how I do? We out here with the backups, baby. Woo! That's how you do it. Knicks in 4. Yo, just
listen,
saying,
man.
bro, we out here.
And in case you're living under a rock, there's a new pope.
JB? Jalen Brunson, the new Pope of New York, baby. That's all that matters.
No, there's an official pope. And he's actually a Villanova graduate. So,
all right.
So we are on our way.
So what you're saying is that we are blessed and heavily favored?
We have been blessed, and the future looks bright. Let me just say the least.
For New York, it does.
In the scripted world of sports, but not so much in the world of wrestling. Talk to me about the world of wrestling, because it's kind of been a rough couple days. Ooh, those budget cuts are back, baby. Gone.
That's crazy. Just said all that. This ain't the full list. I'm looking at the full list right now, but as we can see, right, Braun Strowman, Caden Carter, Katana Chance,
tag team champions,
Dakota Kai, amongst others.
Wait, they weren't the tag champs.
Cora Jade changed their name. Champs. Who are you talking about?
They didn't have the straps on them when they just released them, right?
No. I'm saying that they got released.
They just released, yeah.
That's it. But this is the normal cycle of things as we've come to see them. People come and go. It's good to see rotation. I guess
how's the song go?
This is the best time for this to happen. Right? We have other options. There are other places. It's crazy to me though that they be cutting people that they using. Like Cora Jade was in the mix like not too long ago. Like people were in the mix.
I don't know, man. Cora Jade was in the mix, but she was on that B team that was over on TNA.
Is that how you feel?
Showing love.
Yo, but
to TNA.
I find it interesting when like not too long ago, like Baszler was being showcased in the Indies, like that Bloodsport spot. So what you trying to say? Like Natty, you gonna get cut too? You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even know if it's what I'm trying to say.
That's just never gonna happen.
I think it's what they've reported has been said or has been rumored, at least to say the least. Apparently, these are cuts due to talent not working hard enough.
Also, I'm glad you brought that up. Rumor has it. Right, that this there are many factors that come into
X Factor. That was X-Pac and Albert, by the way.
there are many factors that come into play when cuts are being made, I assume. And so people's age were taken into consideration.
Ooh.
People's salary were taken into consideration. We saw Braun Strowman got cut.
And I think he had, out of all of them, he has the worst or maybe saddest story.
What's that?
Because like you said, salary, right? And one would just say, okay, but you can't just do that. So what? Why do you think he's making so much money? Not that he's making so much money, but it's also they're not getting that much return off of him anyway. He has a 15%, I think you said, paralyzed leg that they're working around. And what they actually wound up doing was they released him, but at least they from what they're saying, they're providing him compensation, and they're still gonna plan on bringing him back for like promo work and any segment work that they're gonna have doing on the side for Strowman. So that way, that keeps him paid. That keeps him, active too. So a little bit of hope there for him. It's just the fact that he has that leg that's paralyzed. That's crazy. I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad that he's got something. Not for nothing, like he is a special attraction. So they're gonna treat him as such, as would be the case. They're saying 15 superstars were released. I'm looking for the list. Where the list at? Yeah, it's more comprehensive, see, than those handful of people. Gallus was on that list.
Gallus is gone.
The Corcard.
Cora Jade.
Gigi Dolan.
Gone.
Right? Eddie Thorpe, Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson. She was kind of surprising. Wolfgang, Coffee, Ora Mensa, and
all the coffee
Javier
flavors.
Bernal. So, hey, like I said, if ever there was a time for these cuts to happen, this is the time, because there's no greater time to be a wrestler than just now. There's so many different options for you to go look at, for you to wrestle at. The indies are popping, like there's money to be made everywhere. I think Matt Cardona has made a great. Also, we found out that Shotzi was also not re-signed.
Not re-signed, damn.
Which is essentially like
you're
pretty much getting let go. And then the rumor was that like all these people got let go, and then Alberto Del Rio got signed, which is crazy. But that was just Alberto Del Rio.
To CMLL. I'm AAA. I mean
AAA.
but
since AAA is doing that Worlds Collide, like they want to make sure that they have all those people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
considering all things.
Alberto Del Rio.
Wow.
Welcome back to the WWE banner.
Ooh.
But these people, like, they can all make some money.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Appearances, indie shows, panels. We'll see some of these talents in indie next year at the Expo Center, maybe. Who knows? King Coda responding. Shit, here we go again. You know what? I think she'll be all right. I think experience will help her here. Gigi, no!
All right, we saw some posts, right? Elena Black thanking the company. I think everybody, you gotta thank the company. I think that you always keep bridges open. You always protect the business of your business, right? You always protect your business. And so this is really smart on the talent, right? Make sure you kiss ass and shake babies, and make sure that the Knicks win in 4, baby. Nah, you make sure that your name ends up in the best possible way at all times. So this ass kissing is welcome.
Speaking of ass kissing, she's gonna, never mind.
That's crazy. Speaking of Shelton Benjamin,
hey,
Hulk Hogan.
Is that his name? Shelton Benjamin? I think you messed it up.
Yeah, something like that. Hulk Hogan was talking on some podcast, talking about like having wrestled Shelton Benjamin, but calling him Belton Centerman.
Belton Centerman. Belton Centerman.
So
MVP has something to say too, as well as Shelton here.
Message to Hulk Hogan. Shout outs to Shelton Benjamin. You lost me forever with your don't get caught or as you would call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we haven't had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Oh, keep my name out of your mouth, said Will Smith. And I believe lots of people had something to say.
Yeah.
I thought MVP was right there.
It's probably on the other thing before on the Trello or after.
Oh, word.
Like
Oh, here it is. MVP with his own rebuttal. Pathological lying piece of human excrement. Oh, here's the quote.
Benjamin Shelton, got guys like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, Benjamin Shelton, there's some really tough guys. Really crazy wrestlers. Like I got Brock Lesnar right after he left the UFC. I got him first. I got Kurt Angle when his eyeballs used to roll back like a shark and he'd come after me. No Benjamin Shelton. Guys that I've had the opportunity to see adapt to our business.
It's like he memorized it in that order. He did such a great job in memorizing it in that order.
There was nobody was gonna tell him otherwise. Yo, he was gonna be shouting Benjamin no matter what.
Oh my God, Hogan.
So going back to the reason as to why the cuts, right? So apparently it was perceived as not working hard in training. Many of those cuts were perceived as lazy in a sense, right? The term lazy. The ones who are lazy are going to be gone. What's interesting is that Triple H did say this. He said this in a podcast where like some people get signed to NXT and stop working hard.
Complacency. I remember this.
Right? He said that during the WrestleMania week.
Yo. Yes.
So in a sense, he was pretty much like, yo, I'm gonna cut these folk. So it's interesting. Now these people are coming out, right? Like I think Cora Jade said something. I think Gigi Dolan said something. And
Gigi said something along.
And they all said like, I work hard, my body, da. I don't know if they're lazy or not. Like I'm not there, right? But I assume most lazy people would not consider themselves lazy.
Right. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what? You got me.
I'm lazy.
Wish me well in my future endeavors. I don't belong to be here. No, it's not gonna be the response.
Right. So if they were, like, ain't nobody coming out and saying, yeah, that's me. So everybody comes out and defends themselves. They're like, nah, I work hard. I wrestle 3 times a week or 4 times a week.
You're defending yourself. Guilty.
Me? No. Nah, I don't know. I don't know who worked hard, but crazy Uncle Dave apparently has all the answers, and that's part of it. So, and then for Braun Strowman, it was an age thing. It was the paralysis on his leg thing. They're treating him like a special attraction, only having him part-time for a couple of months at a time or signing him to short contract things.
You mean going forward?
Yeah.
That's good for him, though, I think.
But all in all, like, other than Brock,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody else is lazy? Is that what we hear?
Yeah. Pretty much.
And the dudes, like Gallus got cut, right? So these are the people that trained The Rock on his comeback when he had. So I find that really interesting.
I mean,
that's what we're saying, right?
Different people define lazy differently too. And maybe it's not, maybe lazy is just a word that's taken out of context too. Maybe it's not that they're lazy, it's just their work ethic isn't where it needs to be. Will Ospreay was not signed also because Triple H didn't like his work ethic. This is maybe a specific style that they're expecting or they're wanting, and then they're not seeing from these individuals.
Right. So Gigi Dolan, she says, when I wasn't traveling for work for either of the 2 companies I was working for, I trained very hard, 3 to 4 days a week, bumping my ass off, doing cardio.
There's 7 in a week. Anyway.
You work on 7 days, motherfucker. You don't take no days for the Lord.
I work 8 days a week.
Oh, all right. That's why your calendar fucked up.
Not, yeah, I got the fucked up calendars.
Elena Black also has something to say, right along the same vein, talking about how can't forget having to go to my own gym outside of work after strength and conditioning that wasn't doing anything. Yo, Triple H said this specifically too.
What about the gym?
Yeah, he was like, I understand that that's different. You go from being in Orlando to having a home base to having your gym in the performance center.
Oh my God! Yes, he did.
You see?
Yes.
So there's
Oh shit!
there's something to what is being said. I'm not saying anybody's lazy, and I'm not saying
But
I'm
the
not
stories
there.
are matching here. Like the math is mathing right now.
The math is mathing a little bit.
Oh shit!
There
Wow.
are comments from Triple H talking about
We
that.
gotta
Like,
pull that up, but definitely that's crazy because he's literally talking about this specific situation. I mean, may not be specifically Cora, but
it's just enough like connective conversation that like you could kind of start drawing comparisons and being like, oh shit, you know, this was kind of addressed, like this was spoken about, right? Triple H discusses lazy, right? Like, let me see. I'm looking on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean-
I can't find that shit immediately, but
and these, like you said before, it's not gonna be or it shouldn't be an issue for these talents to go branch off elsewhere to make other gigs and other promotions or other paydays out in the indies. So we look forward
If they're
to
not here
seeing them.
to be all in on this, like when I see people that come out of, you know, trying to make it, and then they pick the job where they go, well, they work less, the schedule's lighter. All right, then I'm glad I didn't get you.
Okay.
Because if you're not
That's
in it
an
for the
Osprey
grind,
shot.
at that point early in your career,
That's
So you
definitely
see,
a shot
like-
to Osprey.
that was a shot to Osprey. But my point is like he's addressed like people not working hard. He's
Right there, that
addressed-
one.
This one. Oh, here
Yeah.
we go. See, it was all Rosenberg.
better when nobody knew, and you just watched.
It's not
Oh,
this
no,
video,
it's not this
but
video.
it's that interview. It's definitely that interview.
Let me see.
try to ruin the surprise.
No, yeah, I can definitely remember him mentioning something of the sort. But it's just crazy when you put the faces and the names of the situation now. It does make a little bit of sense.
Being teaching all that story, and my wife do this like
That's
it's
not-
hard.
But he's talked about it on several different occasions. So anyway, again, it goes back to that critic comment. Anyway, whatever. He's said it before. If Triple H wanted to keep talent, ultimately they'd be with
It's true.
WWE. So, best time to be alive, best time to be traveling, but it seems like there is a frustration with those talents and the people that did get cut. At least there was some kind of backlash for it.
That's crazy. I don't think I can't want to say that Cora Jade being at TNA didn't do her any services, but I enjoyed what I saw, at least the performance wise, what she was doing. But
That's
again,
my
this
point.
is-
Like
this
she was
is-
on TV like this. She was not. It's not like she was sitting in the back for
And
that
Braun
long,
too.
bro.
Braun was used recently, not too recently, but pretty recently, fairly recently.
That's the
maybe
thing that I'm
before
like.
WrestleMania time. This definitely had to do with more of the stuff management scene behind the scenes and what they were lacking that they needed from them. Seems
Well,
Dakota Kai it sucks because it's like the second time, right? So,
yeah. How many chances? She never gets like a fair shot, and then she gets hurt.
but that goes to show that everybody's replaceable. Everybody, Braun and her multiple times. So there you go.
Something that's irreplaceable
Irreplaceable.
is the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, baby. AEW is gonna do essentially what's a residency at the corner of Rittner and Swanson.
Woo! Philly stand up.
Doing a couple of dates here at the 2300. That's nice.
AEW's been stepping up their game. I can't complain. We got some stuff brewing here. Hangman and Osprey this past week on Dynamite was good. Tony Storm is by far the greatest thing to happen to that women's division on Dynamite. But I think with all the backlash, the aftermath of WrestleMania now, and now we have a few things coming up. Dynamite has a chance here to stand out and make some noise, real noise, especially in the upcoming weeks.
We're gonna get back to AEW in a few minutes, but I found this interesting since Backlash is this Saturday.
Hey!
Wrestle Talk, they posted up this quote from Inside the Ropes. Shout out to Inside the Ropes. Shout out to Wrestle Talk.
Inside the Ropes.
Where Cope was talking about facing Randy Orton at Backlash 2020 in what was billed as the greatest wrestling match
You remember that shit?
ever. It was exactly what he said. It was a no-win situation. I wish that Backlash match could have been in front of more than just 20 students at the PC. But that is what it is, right? Same with like Drew McIntyre. Like we wish that he had gotten like a real run with people and a real WrestleMania match, and he got what he got. And it's what you gonna do about it? This is the reality.
Chicken noodle soup out of that chicken shit that was there sitting in the fridge for a while.
But the worst part of it all was that shit kept getting pushed. The greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that.
The expectation was set in a ridiculous kind of way, and now, like, who lives up to that? Who lives up to the greatest wrestling match
that
ever?
was fun, Copeland. That sums up a AEW ticking time bomb match booking, right?
The ticking time. Oh, remember this?
Playing field, right?
3, 2, 1.
Gilbert's entrance.
Was it? What was it? The funk?
Sparklers.
Was it? It was a death match. The one that they had the same finish, where like the guy. Damn, was it Anita?
From Japan, I think.
Anita
Japan, my match from
and
Japan.
Funk.
Terry Funk, was it? I could have been. Most likely it was.
I forget, but like it's the same finish.
Yeah. And then he
It's
hugs up
essentially
on the
he's
end
like
and-
no, because he's trying to save him from the explosion because he's knocked out, and then it's.
Burnt.
But nah, they had real legit explosions at the time. Like you like, oh, she's dead. This shit was like. She was a wet fart.
Those days are past AEW. They're doing better things now. Like,
But speaking of wet farts,
wet farts.
Velveteen Dream.
The wettest fart.
Better promo, better body, and better work rate than all your favorites still on TV. Let's talk about it.
Let's not talk about. You're not allowed to talk. Listen, I don't think he's getting much views off this, but if he is, much power to him. Sheesh. I can't imagine any promotions taking that risk.
On him, nah, but yo, it's crazy to me how much pedophilia and other sexual deviancy exists in wrestling. Like, when I saw the latest news, yo, I was kind of taken aback. Like, all right, bro, dude is a creep anyway, but just why does this keep happening in wrestling? Why do we keep seeing like these perverts and these weirdos and these just like all around like just weird ass people?
Yo,
Fucking
what
Duke the
is
Dumpster
up?
Drozy indicted on an attempt aggravated sexual
Crazy.
exploitation of a minor. Bro, what are we talking about?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, why? Why do we see dudes like and like the spectrum? I'm not saying that's exactly what Velveteen Dream did or didn't do. This is all allegedly. His case was dropped and his charges were dropped and
That's
nothing.
wild, dude.
Right? So I'm just saying that like why does all of this persist here? Why does wrestling cultivate the kind of environment where those kinds of things keep popping up?
Damn, and it's crazy because when you look at other genres that have fan bases like wrestling does, things can happen where like even at events, even dangerous things can happen, like fights break out and stuff like that, violence. Those things don't happen at wrestling shows.
Violence?
Nah, I can't often count how many times I've been to a wrestling show and, oh my God, they're fighting outside. There's cops here. Blah blah blah. A fight ensued.
All right. Okay.
Crazy shit like that. You know, guns drawn or something. You know.
It ain't the Knicks. It ain't the Knicks, baby.
But like behavior like that, it's just surprising and alarming at the same time. I can't believe it.
I just don't get it. Like, well, what is it about wrestling that just attracts these weirdos? Like, what the fuck?
Lack of showers.
Yo, it's the smell ultimately. That's what it is. Speaking of weirdos, right? Let's talk, but in a different, so like in a different kind of way. This is a
nice weirdo.
This is a much different kind of weirdo, right? We're talking about R-Truth, ladies and gentlemen. R-Truth is a sweetheart. Yo, protect R-Truth at all costs.
Hey.
But shout outs to R-Truth, who was really, really wanting to release a one-of-a-kind kind of collector's item, if you ask me. I don't understand why anyone would ever want to not release what he's saying. Like, so let's talk about it.
He's right here, folks. I got a replica in the palm of my hand. Replica edition.
The replica edition of the replica.
Of the little Jimmy action figure. Right here.
He wanted
Right
to
here.
release a little Jimmy action figure. Dog.
It's elite too. It moves a great figure, like, you know.
Is all elite?
All elite. Some elite.
Maybe Jimmy is all elite. Maybe that's what it is. Jimmy is all elite.
That's why she said you couldn't do it.
Stephanie McMahon put the kibosh on it. But if WWE, because they were like, he said that ultimately, and shout out to Chris Van Vliet, who had the interview, right? Shooting the ish alarm. But he wanted to have a little Jimmy action figure. It was just going to be an empty box. And ultimately, she was like, nah, we can't do that. But you can. You have series all the time where it's like build a ref, build like Adam Pierce, build Nick Aldis. Like they give, it's a run of like 6 or 7 pieces, and it comes with 6 or 7 toys,
They have no
and you
idea.
build it.
Like and not only that, you have the first ever action figure that you don't need to open the box to take them out.
And it'll be an instant collector's edition.
You know how many
Instant
people will have that fucking empty case?
They had an invisible John Cena, but it was like
Yes!
it was a clear
Yes!
toy.
They even have it in the game.
No, but little Jimmy had to be nothing. Yeah. He had to be nothing. I'm just saying
Apparently
they should have done it.
It's been nothing. Is pretty much what it resulted in. Is absolutely nothing. Thank you, Steph.
Well,
We actually were this close in getting Little Jimmy action figure before GTA 6.
more on that in a minute. See, I wasn't ready for GTA 6. What I was ready for was SmackDown going to 2 hours, which is a welcome addition.
What's the big nip? I mean, damn. 2 hours again? I was enjoying 3 hours of Raw SmackDown on Friday nights. Friday nights, I don't know. I feel it's easier to get away with 3 hours of wrestling on a Friday night. Especially when you got Roman Reigns and, you know. Whoa, Cody, if you're into that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, each his own. I'm not mad with 3 hours of SmackDown. I'm not even mad at 2 hours of Raw.
I'm glad that we got SmackDown back to 2 hours before GTA 6. That's what I'm mad. That's what I'm happy about. Yo, shout outs to GTA 6. First of all, SmackDown needed to come back to 2 hours, all right? That shit
You
was
sure you don't want to
necessary.
postpone that shout outs to GTA 6?
No. Yo, first of all, this game, apparently, the trailer is all cutscenes. Like, it's all from the gameplay.
Game, yeah. That's wild.
That's
crazy.
remarkable,
Yeah.
right? It looks like there's like a bunch of playable characters, right? A girl is one of them, which was marking the first time a girl is ever a playable character.
I don't remember. Other
And so the game looks gorgeous. I don't know what the storyline will be. It seems like they rob people.
Oh. I mean, you know, that's different.
But these graphics look insane. Like,
Definitely great graphics. I am intrigued and even getting more upset by the moment that they keep postponing this damn thing.
next year, May 2026, but it's happening.
It's gonna happen,
bro.
It's happening.
Can you believe it? We're gonna get hate.
Hey.
Yo, hey,
We
yo.
have to cut to commercial break real quick. Hold on. How do you play this?
Hey. Take it easy.
Pause it. I'm running the worst part too. You
Oh.
pause it in the other part where she was doing the thing. Anyway. Yeah, GTA 6 next year. A whole nother year to prepare and save your little pretty little pennies up for that.
Some people just need time to prepare. Some people just need time to make a comeback. And some people are Ronda Rousey.
And some people can't come back from 2 20-point leads.
WWE. Shout out to the Knicks, fuck Bossy, you heard? Yo, so shout out to Ronda Rousey apparently getting considered
Wow.
for a comeback. It's a shame.
Is it that time already? It's
that time.
We're there?
It's the lull post WrestleMania.
But it's not, we don't have to wait a little longer for her? Is she next in line?
It's
She's NIL right now?
The thing is, right, Vic, it's the lull after WrestleMania. It's when, now what happens, right? Like, what do we do now?
We cut 8 people that we're using on TV.
Now, what we do now is we look forward to the summer, baby. What we do now is we get ready for the biggest party. New Jersey, stand up, right, baby? This ain't New York, New Jersey thing. This is New Jersey all day.
Yeah, just cover this
Shout outs
part
to the
real
Jets, shout outs to the Giants, shout outs to the Meadowlands, shout outs to MetLife Stadium. August 3, let them know, Vic. What's going down?
This video, but this part right here. No Nice Things Tailgate, part 3 at the MetLife Stadium SummerSlam. Come get your tickets. Well, after you get your tickets, you spend that money. Then come chill with the bad guys. We're gonna be out here chilling. You're all baking some cakes and some snacks and some grilling some meats. And we're gonna be playing some games. And we're gonna be having some fun. We're gonna be giving out some merch. And we're gonna be enjoying the festivities of the wonderful, wonderful summer weekend that is SummerSlam, August the 2nd and the 3rd. Don't miss out. Please join us, and it's going to be a great time. You already know, because you're spending a pretty penny to be there. You might as well have some fun with the bad guys.
What's great enough as it is, right? If you're spending a pretty penny to be there, bad guys got you.
Hey.
Maybe you just want to hit up a group of people and watch the game together. Yo, bad guys got you, because we're going to be streaming live from the parking lot. You don't even got to get a ticket to get in. Right? You ain't even got to go to the whole show.
No ticket, no laundry.
We are going to be live from the lot. Free for fry, hippity hoppity. We are tailgating. There's going to be games. There's going to be prizes. Maybe a little bit of refreshments. You heard? Sponsors going to be out here. So check out
Shout out to the sponsors.
the bad guys. Come hang with the bad guys. Watch from the lot. Pull up a chair. And join us.
Couch.
Yo, some pong action. You want it.
You already
want it.
know.
Yo, check your cornhole. You heard?
Listen, the cornholes, I'm a king. So you have to bring your A game out here.
You the king of the cornhole?
I'm the king of the corny
That's
holes.
crazy.
You already know.
But what's not crazy is what's going to go down, because you know it's going down in the tailgate. So check us out. No Nice Things Tailgate 3, August 2nd, August 3rd. And guess what? If you don't want to go to SummerSlam, you could chill in the lot. If you don't want to go to the lot, you could watch from home, because we're going to live stream the whole damn thing, baby.
No matter where you at.
Yo, we're going to be there. We're going to be there for the pre-show. We're going to be there for the post-show. Yo, check us out. If you're going to the damn show, check us out in the parking lot in the post-show, because we're going to be watching the post-show together. And we're going to be chopping it up.
Like the
Dissecting
cheese in the choppy shop.
Chop cheese.
Choppy chop. The choppy cheese. You already know how it goes down. Follow us for more details and leading up to the events. And secure your spot. Save the date for the bad guys. We're going to be out there chilling and doing the damn thing.
Because we do the damn thing. That's how it goes, baby.
Speaking of doing the damn things, WWE done the damn thing. And it's getting kind of mixed reactions out here. I don't know. Shout outs to WWE for acquiring AAA, which was revealed at WrestleMania weekend, which is a pretty big deal considering the fact that they do plan on visiting Mexico in the future, in the near future at that. But a lot of internal CMLL reactions are not that great or not that grave. A lot of concerns about traditional aspects of the promotion, right? And how they're gonna Americanize AAA now.
Shout out to Mike the Ref in the raid, you heard?
Yeah, Mike the
Yo, so what's CMLL's reaction? Because what's interesting is the history of AAA. So the history of AAA was the alternative to traditional lucha,
Alternate rock.
right? And what's now interesting is that they are WWE's brand of lucha. The alternative to lucha is WWE's lucha branch.
I can see already how that can be an issue.
So CMLL, naturally, they're like, y'all are the fake shit, and we're the real shit.
Right.
So CMLL is going to continue doing things the way that they've done things because they feel like this is the most authentic Mexican wrestling that there is. Really good marketing strategy. Lean heavy on the fact that you're Mexican owned and raised. Lean heavy on the fact that you're the original. I believe CMLL is the longest running wrestling company in the world. So yeah, you lean on tradition, you lean on heritage. That is a good marketing strategy. What's interesting is that people in Mexico I don't think are gonna care.
You don't think so?
No, not really. Because AAA is the alternative.
Hey.
Is the alternative. It's like people in US watching AEW instead of watching WWE. They're watching the alternative too, right? So people that are watching AEW will already watch if WCW buys AEW, right? Just to put it in different terms, right? But like
with AEW being the minority here, being that AAA is going to be in what, Mexico, right?
Yeah.
That makes them the AEW in that situation?
Yeah, like AAA would be like AEW, right? They're like the smaller, less like the alternative to CMLL, at least in terms of history, in terms of like heritage and all that good stuff.
I see that.
I don't know what viewership looks like. CML is they're like the octagon, right? Like they're the one like they're the big 6-sided ring, 8-sided ring, and some shit like that.
Like the 12-man tags that with no rules.
Is that the one where the UFC fighter? What's his name? Oh man, dude with the big head, bro.
Ese mismo, yeah.
Ese mismo. He was like the
Yeah.
Brock, but then he
the
was
thing,
not
the
the
stuff.
Brock.
No,
He was not. He came out with Rey Mysterio.
Kane
Velasquez. Oh,
yes.
but he got arrested, right? That's him?
I think so, because he was some
He shot somebody
yeah.
and tried to touch his kid. Yo, you see, he's always in wrestling shit.
Yeah, that was kind of rough.
Yo, they fucking pardon him.
Damn.
They need to pardon him immediately. But anyway, CML is like Tato. That
But
where the
I mean,
alternative.
it's good to see that, or at least we're predicting here, right? Because if that stands to be true, at least you have the traditional company as the number one in Mexico, I guess.
But the people that are even somewhat like, if you only watch CML, and you're like an incel like that, you see that WWE acquired AAA, you're gonna talk shit anyway. You're gonna be like, whatever, that's just fake.
Whack, yeah.
I might tune in. You
Right,
still
right,
might
right,
tune
right.
in.
Right.
Then if you're a diehard AAA fan because you were with the alternative, you hype because now it's WWE. If you're a WWE fan, you don't know who AAA even is.
Yeah, but look at that talent right there.
But hold on, if you think about that, if you're WWE, you know, all you know is that there's this Mexican company that just got bought out. They do lucha, so they might attract my fan base. Like, to Nick Khan's point, so Nick Khan talks about, TKO talks about like their acquisition of AAA, right? And Nick Khan is like, yo, it's a demographic. You know, ever since we signed Penta and his brother Phoenix, like merch sales have gone up. Latin America has been one of the top viewing countries, blah, blah, blah. Like this AAA shit was a no-brainer,
Yeah.
right? They said like Bad Bunny was a precursor to this.
And I believe it. The whole trip to Puerto Rico woken them up in that whole cultural aspect of at least of Hispanics, right? Of going to Mexico, going to Puerto Rico.
But he said this, and I thought this was very interesting, right? It was the Latino audience would be there if there is someone who like them, who looked like them was there.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter what that company was, AAA, CML, Algo Inventado, like some random
Right.
stuff. the fact that AAA got signed just made WWE, in the eyes of a WWE fan, or even like somebody that ain't watched wrestling in forever, some Latin American country viewer or something from that nature, is now, maybe I'll tune in because they got someone that speaks my language. They got Penta cutting a Spanish promo. They got, I heard, fucking El Vikingo, Hijo de Vikingo is a beast.
Yeah,
he's a monster.
He's a monster. And he's going to do amazing work with this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, the talent here, it may not be traditional, but yeah, it's going to get enough eyes on it, I think, to be successful.
It's what AEW tried to do, but AEW didn't have the muscle to do it. Right? So AEW's got that partnership with CML. And so when they bring those lucha wrestlers to AEW, it's for a similar reason, right? Like you want to mimic some of the success of WCW with the opening hour being very lucha heavy and all that stuff. Yeah. But you're also trying to bring in this demographic that doesn't traditionally watch, traditionally does watch, but may not be watching.
May not be interested.
Right. And so now Triple H just said nah. Or rather Nick Khan said nah, we got you too.
And it's a smart move at the end of the day. It's gonna be a different flavor yet again to the many flavors that you get with WWE. And why not, right? We're all in it together to watch the product and be entertained. We win at the end of the day.
I think here's the most important piece, right? Is that Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, they're gonna be shot from one truck, one location.
Whoa, no!
There's efficiency. You get double content from a single, setup. You get more eyeballs. You get hello.
Speaking
There's
of
money.
Money in the Bank.
What about it?
I think there's enough. I don't want to say enough data or enough TV that has gone by to predict any winners per se of the Money in the Bank, but I think we can probably get some predictions going of who we feel we want to win the Money in the Bank contract, or we may feel is in the running for winning a Money in the Bank contract. What do you think?
We'll talk about that, but real quick, Timmy from Baltimore, right, had this interview, Limpin' Ain't Easy, with Nick Nemeth. And I found this really fascinating because he talked about what happened when he did that Money in the Bank.
Oh, where we won a Grammy, you mean, sir? Yes.
No, you mean a Slammy.
Yes. Grammy,
It's just as important. There really is no difference. But I found this really fascinating.
Be world champion to my face by every boss that there is, and then became world champion. I was told that I wouldn't win Money in the Bank, and even when we're down to it, they said it'll be you or Cody, and that was the night before. And then the day of, Jamie Noble's helping us out. He's like, they might switch it while you're out there. I don't know. I go ahead. I'm climbing that ladder. You know what I mean? So we got to have that. And then even then, once I got the briefcase, the boss goes, you're going to lose even more now. But it's going to mean so much more when you cash in, all this ends, and you become our guy. I was like, whoa, okay. Cashed in, greatest friggin' moment. Came to the back.
Greatest moment.
I thanked everybody and Vince.
You're
and
welcome.
Then Michael Hayes goes, hey, go tell him thank you. I'm like, I did. He goes, do it again. Sir, thank you for this opportunity. I hope you heard that crowd. I'm here to do whatever the hell you want. I'm going to be your guy one way or another. And it's something along the lines of, yeah, you're just holding it for another month or two until we get Del Rio, some sympathy. And then he's going to take it back. And I went, well, I go, it looks like I got 2 months to prove you wrong, boss. And he went, okay. And then put his headset back on.
Oh, man.
Wow, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's not brutal.
I'm sorry, Nick Nemeth, whatever it is. But damn, that is rough. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's brutal, yo.
Because I was in that crowd, and I was one of the people doing backflips when that man cashed in. It was a moment that we will never forget. And
that was a moment.
We loved that and cherished that moment, man. We didn't win a slam for no damn reason. It does suck to hear that's how it went down exactly, because it's pretty much exactly how it went down for him. He did nothing relevant after that, I think, in my eyes, man. Not everything was, I mean, maybe a couple IC titles here. I don't even know if we want a tag title or two, but never that. He was never that guy like Roman Reigns was, or CM Punk. Or
I mean, not a lot of people.
Cena.
Not a lot of people were gonna be that guy if we're being
Right.
100, right? Like,
right.
but he really had something special. I think that era was dying for a star.
Oh,
Like, we were dying for a star, and Dolph Ziggler had all the makings of that star, of that dude. I mean, look at what we did for Fandango. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were looking for fucking somebody.
Oh man, that whole Mania night was crazy.
Right?
Man.
Like, but like the crowd was just hot for a moment and for a star. And Vince just did so much to like destroy Star.
Yeah, he was not having it, folks.
Like, what are we talking? First of all, what are we talking about? Del Rio for real? Like, are we serious right now? Like, that was the best you could do. That was the face of the company at the time.
They wanted to build him sympathy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Like, are you kidding me? First of all,
that sure worked out well.
That was when Roman was like still like being built, like.
Yeah, we kind of get shoved down our throats a bit with that Roman
Suffer,
stuff.
succotash bullshit. But like
the Jack of the Beanstalk.
I mean, but it was like I don't know, man. I didn't understand that call. That whole era kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense. But let's talk about some other shit that don't make a whole lot of sense. People out here talking. People be talking about people.
How many people?
Let's give them something to talk about. All right, bro.
The plot thickens, internet.
This debate has been cooking online for a minute.
Oh, it's been cooking already.
100 people, 1 gorilla. What you got? You got 100 people. You got 1 gorilla.
I just need that crew right there. Those.
You think Liv Morgan got a shot against this gorilla? Is what
those 9 people is good with me, and we out.
No, really? I don't know.
Braun Breaker gonna take most of it, and then
there are some liabilities.
Roman Reigns.
I do not want Seth Rollins against a gorilla.
No, I don't. Not even Logan Paul either.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? Logan Paul is quick enough that he might be able to like do some shit.
I just
now,
need
you know
Haku.
what?
I
He's
just need
clever.
Haku and I'm good.
He's clever. I can fuck with Logan Paul in this because I think he can help plan some clever shit. I don't want to see CM Punk. Cause like Logan Paul could avoid getting killed. CM Punk, if he gets grabbed, like he'll get grabbed by the gorilla.
He can't go first.
He can't go first, First of all, I think everyone needs to go first.
Yeah.
It's really, if there is a shot to be had, there is 100 people
instantly at the same time.
Gorilla at the same time.
Yeah. Agreed.
But it depends on who you ask, really.
I know who I want to ask.
Big Papa Pump, the genetic freak.
Yes.
This is really the only one you need to ask.
Right.
Scott Steiner has something to say about the 100 gorilla debate.
Oh no.
Let's say you got 100 average men, no weapons, no training, just fear in their eyes and dad bods in their way. Then you got 1 full-grown silverback gorilla, 600 pounds of pure rage muscle, and tree-ripping power, and here comes the math. And then he goes into the math, baby. Out of those 100 men, maybe 25% don't even show up once they see the gorilla. That's 25 cowards eliminated immediately. Then you got 33 and a third of them trying to talk it out. They're done. Another 20 just stand there frozen, pissing their pants. Now you're left with about 21 guys panicked, half committed, and getting launched like lawn darts. But what if Big Papa Pump's in the mix? You just tip the freaking scales. All right, now it's not 100 men and 1 gorilla. It's 1 gorilla versus a genetic freak, and that spells disaster for you, fat ass.
At sacrifice.
And what's funny is like his brother added to it. Rick Steiner was like, "You got 2 of us, motherfucker."
Oh man.
He said, "Yeah." So
God bless the
what you got?
Steiners, man. I appreciate the math done with this, but it's good to see them around. I saw a clip of when Dom won the Intercontinental title as well at Mania, and backstage he's flaunting it. He's walking around backstage and he's flaunting it. And lo and behold, Big Papa Pump is standing right there in the back talking. And he's just like, hey, get this on camera. Look what I got. Look what I got over here. Straight off his son's back. Oh, man. Good times, man. Gotta love the Steiners. Gotta love the Steiners.
Always, bro. Always.
You gotta love the Steiners. You gotta love Backlash. Because Backlash is coming, and that is only a few days away, maybe 48 hours to be exact. We got to SmackDown, one more stop. It is a Saturday show. John Cena defending the World Championship against Randy Orton. We got a few other matches here. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, which is a great build right now. Dirty Dom Mysterio versus Cero Miedo. My boy Penta. Making big rounds in WWE instantly. As soon as he got there, hit the ground running.
I'm excited for Pat McAfee and Gunther.
Yes. It's going to be very violent and very disturbing, and I can't wait for it. But poor Pat McAfee. But I'm here for it.
Both of them cutting hella promos. Like, they really kick-ass promos. Even
it's always been a thing with Pat. He always sells me on his back. I don't care. And then before, when the matches are announced with Pat, I'm like, do I want to see that? And then he grabs the microphone. And it's like, yeah, I do want to see that. Speaking of want to see that, that fatal four-way for the United States Championship with our boys, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. Fatu's gonna really feast in that match, from what I expected.
Jacob Fatu has shown flashes of brilliance, and I think
He's flashed it?
it's really not me personally, but I think
Other
that
people.
other people. And so,
The
allegedly, nah. But
That's rough.
shout out to Zilla. He just got off probation, by the way. So
He was on SmackDown.
yeah. So but Jacob Fatu's gonna win. Whatever happens here happens. But
The rest of them too.
he needs. I feel like he needs a really good showing if he's gonna solidify a decent run here. He's gotta be that dude. Damian Priest and McIntyre got to continue their bullshit. And so that kind of leaves the door open for an easy, not easy,
That's
but
LA Knight. You're right.
yeah, it's going to be, I like LA Knight, but
Yeah.
Fatu got the juice right now. Like, you got to go with who got the juice.
They're
And
gonna win
that's-
experience. The other three. Don't worry. Everybody wins.
Hey.
Everybody wins.
Is that what you think is going to happen?
Something like this. Something.
Well,
Something like this.
I want to see a good showing from Penta. I want Penta to have a good night.
Oh, definitely. Dirty Dom is killing it right now.
Do you think Cena and Orton is going to deliver?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Talk about it.
I think the last three, if I'm not mistaken, or the last two, my bad. The last two backlashes have had controversial segments in which I think the Bloodline was last year, and they got their third member
Yeah.
with Tonga at last year's Backlash. The year before that, another faction got its third member. I think Judgment Day. Judgment Day got its third member. It was Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah. So you think that's what's gonna happen?
So I think Seth and Paul get some company. Who that is, I don't know. Maybe that ties into Cena and Cody. Who knows? But I expect the faction to get a little bigger on Saturday. Any of the above mentioned, I don't mind, but something will happen of the sorts. And John Cena will successfully defend the title against Randy Orton because it's only the beginning, folks, of the end for John Cena. So you got to enjoy this ride. All right, enjoy the ride. Like The Rock says, shut up and enjoy the ride.
Shut up and enjoy the ride.
Shut up, bitch.
I really just want to see a good good match.
Stephanie Valkyrie. Well, that's true.
You know who I feel like didn't have a good showing? Did you see?
Nikki the Lions?
Did
Seen
you
her do things
see?
before.
Nah, not do things before, but did you see her on Evolve
Yes.
on NXT or whatever? She was on Tubi, yeah.
Yes.
Why did she do all her taunts here, yo?
One fall, and it is
She did all of them, yo. It's like when you hit the stick.
Sometimes you have stick drift on
She did
your,
all of them, yo. You got stick drift.
three. Yeah, she's stuck. You gotta move the controller.
Look,
You gotta move the controller. The joystick stuck. Oh man, poor thing.
That was a lot.
Did she win the match?
Nah, she hit like 30 emotes. Yeah, she was wilding, yo.
Oh man.
That was a chair shot for me. I felt like
those are my emotes.
she took the W, but she looked crazy. Even like the promo she cut was like so heavily forced. Like she was like forcing ghetto.
I have a pop of the week.
Oh, what's your pop of the week?
My pop of the week goes to you. The truth. Paul Pierce. Congratulations.
Woo!
Pop of the week. You called guaranteed victory like that jabron Chuck Barkley. And you failed miserably. You had to walk 20 miles to work today.
It was 15, but
it felt like 20.
I promise you, I'm walking here tomorrow. I'm walking here. I'm walking here 15 miles. I'm walking here.
And Garnett met him. Garnett met you halfway. It was pretty funny. But he did it. Pop of the week. Top of the week.
If the Celtics lose tonight, I'm walking.
talk about it. Hold on, talk about it.
I'm walking.
Paul. No, ain't no way. Man, this is really wild, though. Celtics got me out here like this. Oh.
Ain't no way.
I'm really walking up here like this. Man, I can't believe it. I got a long walk to go.
That's right.
Yo, 20 miles is 20 freaking. I should have said 8 hours on this thing. You about 8 hours? That's a lot.
That's crazy.
I can't do that shit.
Nah.
I can't be on a plane for 8 hours. I don't want to walk.
I'm 7 though. Here we go, baby. Here we go. All right, now every hour, top of the hour, we got to update this gas station. So I think I got like another 16 miles. They're going for about an hour and a half.
What about all the cars driving past? You think nobody recognized them?
All right, I'll let you.
That's funny.
Yeah, I would have hit. I would have checked them on the fucking stream and shit. Like, yo, where you at? And someone said he said barefoot. Where you at?
He said barefoot, but he was walking with sandals or something. There's no way he was walking that shit barefoot. 8 hours.
Okay, what's going on, guys, y'all?
Look at his. Ain't nobody recognize him. He's just walking on the street though.
That's funny.
Whatever.
Paul,
that's
Pierce,
his life.
congrats.
That's his life.
Congrats. That was your pop of the week. What else you got?
He showed up in a wheelchair.
They had him. Yeah, they had one ready for him when he got there.
Well, I think that is what it is, baby.
That is what it is. And that's all the damn time we had for you folks this week. I appreciate y'all that pulled up on Twitter, on X, on Twitch, Spotify, all the fixes where you get your wrestling fix. And don't forget, August 2nd and 3rd, No Nice Things 3. Come join us for the tailgate of all tailgates for SummerSlam. Biggest tailgate of the summer. You already know, for Mischief, myself, 10 count till 10 toe. We'll see you later.